Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's Ruger. Today, I just want to cover my listing here on Camp Desert Dogs and kind of go over the description. How I kind of came and why I added some things to the description. So it's gonna be a fairly simple video, just kind of going over. So this is my current listing as of June 6th, and here's the description. So I sometimes when I look at other bookings and I book, on Airbnb or other sites, even Hipcamp, um, I tend to see that a lot of people are super short and just direct, and sometimes they say, "Hey, one single cabin, come book it for the night." Um, and as experience being a Hipcamp host for over 6 months now, going closer to a year, I've kind of tweaked my description of our campsite. And every time I get a question, I say, hey, is this a question that would benefit other hip campers, future hip campers? Did people think that, maybe I should include it? So that I begin to add it. So starting fairly simple from the beginning, I like to explain to a lot of people that the campsite is just going to be strictly for them. So I have 2.5 acres. It's in the desert, and it's just going to be strictly for them. I'm not going to have five other groups on this plot of land, on this campsite. It's all for them. If it's just one person, it's going to be for them. So I kind of add that in because a lot of people start asking me, is it going to be private? It's going to be quiet? What's going on? Same thing. A lot of people want to be stargazing. So I do have a picture in my on my account, and then also I explain that's a great spot. I'm able to see the Milky Way from end to end pretty much during the summer. Let's talk about bringing your off-road toys. So a lot of people, that's what I get a lot. Do they ask, do I need an off-road vehicle to get there? And I'll show you down below where I kind of discuss that. But people want to bring their motorcycles, their ATVs, their vehicles, and there's some decent trails that even when I go check up on the property, I'll make sure I take that route just to experience that. And then lastly, in the first kind of section, I explain what it is, what the camp actually has. So I did make a little rocket stove, a little brick one. I do have a fire pit in case they want to use that. If not, hip campers are more than welcome to make their own. Also, some people bring portable fire pits. And then lastly, I have taken tree stumps, one that I use kind of as a camp table, and then others to kind of sit around the fire. So all that in the first section. In the next small section, I kind of explain what's around. So people want to go hiking. Sometimes they're just traversing through. What things can they do while they're there? So these are some of the things that are around. Camp Desert Dogs, my site. So we do have a couple film locations being here in Los Angeles County. A lot of films and TV shows do kind of get filmed here. We do have some state parks. We do have national parks. We do have some museums, and then we do have this Charlie Brown Farms, which is interesting little store to go to. And then lastly, in the last section, kind of just talk about what the closest town is, because we do have, for our particular spot, Lake Los Angeles, a lot of people ask, hey, I'm trying to get a better sense of where your camp is. And Hip Camp, it's good and bad, right? Because they want to hide your camp spot until someone actually books it, so people don't go snooping around or doing things they're not supposed to when they haven't booked your site. But then also sometimes it's too far out where they're trying to see how close they are to either state park or by the freeway or by the store. So I include it here in the description. Hey, this town here is probably the closest one. We're about 15-20 minutes from this town. Kind of helps people get a better sense of where they might be. And then also in case they forget anything, right? So again, these are questions I keep getting. Hey, if I need firewood, if I forgot something, where can I go? And there you go. And then lastly, I kind of just start add in some helpful reminders. Of course, it's in the middle of the desert. There's no light post. There's some dirt roads, but I just want people to be mindful that it's dark. Make sure they try to get there when there's still daylight. I remind people that, again, you're going camping. You're not just going off the freeway under a bridge to spend the night. You're going in the middle of nowhere sometimes. So we are located for our particular site about 7 minutes down a dirt road. The main road. So they're gonna have to go on for some bit on the dirt road, and then I remind them or let them know that again, no 4x4 vehicle, no high clearance vehicle, any sort of vehicle, any 4-door, 2-door sedan. I've had Mazda Miatas go out there, and they have no issues, right? People don't get stuck. And then let people know it gets windy. Of course, you're in the desert. And then, luckily for my experience, all phone carriers work out there. So again, and then lastly, I do have here in the bottom, if they find me on YouTube, if they want to see kind of the overall site, they can search for Camp Desert Dog. So Hipcamp does not allow for links to be placed, so therefore I kind of have to put that at the end. And I've seen from videos from the Camp Desert Dogs video I do have on YouTube, a lot of people start looking at it, and then so sometimes I see the viewings go up, and then I get a booking. So people are taking that extra step to go on YouTube, find the video, and say, hey, you know what, looks like a decent site. Let me go ahead and book it. But here we go. This is again, it's a lot information, but this has helped kind of streamline the questions I get from potential bookers. People that are camping out there. These are tips and comments that people that have stayed out there have recommended. They tell me, hey, you know what, loved your site, enjoyed the stay, but I think this might benefit the next hip camper. So of course, I listen to them as well and kind of just add that in there. And let me know what you might add, and then don't forget to like and subscribe.